They say you don't really meet your family until money pulls up a chair. I met mine again on Christmas Eve, under a chandelier that softened no one. Gerald Mercer, 68, granite jaw, festive tie, commanded the table. When his eyes found me, his smile thinned. "Ava," he said, as if my name were a flaw. "Coat in the back." I took my old seat at the far end. Lila, my younger sister, glittered by the tree, decanting burgundy. Nadine, my father's companion, ferried platters with practiced grace. Mrs. Ortiz from next door caught my eye and sent a weather report of pity. China chimed, glasses rose. Gerald lifted his goblet and the room hushed. "In this house," he said, warm as a warning, "those who take and do not give, parasites do not eat." He pointed at my place setting. Empty plate, 1 glass of water. Silence pressed down. Someone let out a laugh and strangled it. Lila drank. No one said my name. Heat tried to climb my throat. I let it fall. Humiliation has a temperature. Mine cooled, became a blade. I pictured ledger lines, signatures, the machinery of leverage tucked in dull envelopes. Because what Gerald did not know, I am not hungry. I own 6 office buildings and 3 retail centers, a logistics park, and for 5 quiet years, the mortgage on the Colonial where he staged this pageant. So I gave him the thing he fears, my smile. I set the water glass at the center of the white plate. "Merry Christmas," I said, and walked out. 3 blocks away, in the soft dark of my car, I unlocked my phone and made the first call. To my attorney, to accelerate a clause he'd never read. David Cho answered on the second ring. "Ava?" "Accelerate Maple Street," I said. "Mercator 2 holds the note. Borrower Gerald Mercer. Missed sequence 18 months back. File tonight." A beat. Then keys. On it. Next, Janet Ruiz, my CFO. "Flag every credit line tied to Maple. Asset in dispute. Lenders will freeze." 45 minutes, she said. Finally, Marcus Bell. "Compile a decade of family emergencies I funded. Claimed purpose versus actual spend." I sat in the dark lot and let the machine wake. By the time I reached my condo, notifications hit like hail. Declined card. Declined again. Unable to process $2,847.52 for catering. Then the calls. Gerald, Lila, unknown numbers. I let the phone ring until the screen looked feverish. A text from Lila. "Something's wrong with Dad's cards. Did you do this?" I poured tea I wouldn't drink and watched their story buckle. Acceleration doesn't freeze a soul, only the nets. Banks do the rest. At 11:18 p.m., I answered a number I almost ignored. "Ava, it's Nadine," she said, careful. "I'm not calling to beg. Meet me at Harbor Diner? 30 minutes. I have something you should see." The diner's chrome threw back winter light. Nadine sat in a corner booth, both hands around a mug. "I should have stopped him," she said. "I didn't, so I'll do the next right thing." She slid an envelope across the table. Inside, a flash drive and a notarized letter. 8 years of records. And this, proof your mother left you a trust Gerald redirected. Also, your mother had a sister, Celeste. Air-thinned, a thread I hadn't known existed tugged. Toward my mother's handwriting, toward theft measured in decades. "Show me," I said. By morning, Nadine's packet covered my conference table. Probate petitions, bank trails, and my mother's trust. $200,000 for Ava at 25 for study or business. Gerald had pled medical need, then bought counters, dues, and Lila's first car. A letter from Celeste, my mother's sister, confirmed the anonymous $50,000 that started me. Love was present. Theft did the talking. We met that afternoon in the same dining room. David, Janet, Marcus, Nadine, Lila, hollow-eyed, Gerald at the head without a crown. I dealt the papers like a quiet casino. "This is Mom's trust. This is your petition. These are the charges. And this," the last folder, "is your mortgage, assigned 5 years ago to Mercator 2. You've been paying me." He tried for thunder and found weather. "2 paths," I said. 1, prosecution. 2, a life estate. You and Nadine live here until the end. You never borrow against it, never sell, never turn it into a weapon. When you're gone, the house transfers to a foundation that will house women hurt by families like ours. Decide. Lila's voice broke. Ava, I'm sorry. It landed. It didn't change the arithmetic. Gerald looked at Nadine, then at the tree lit in daylight. He picked up the pen. His signature shook. Script learning humility. Outside, snow began. The window held our reflections, the man, the daughters, the witness. I set my palm on the table's edge, a boundary made wood. In this house, I said, those who give and repair eat. Somewhere a lock remembered it was a hinge. That night I drove past the block. The porch lights looked like welcome instead of theater. My stomach, empty at dinner, felt full.